We learned it from watching you.
Sometimes you can't just put down the 911 phone.
Well, the true hero.
Yeah, 911 would fucking be fine without you, turd.
That's what I say, but then like everybody else is stuck there and they're like,
Wait a minute.
No, you don't get to go away.
Before we fucking get into this, I got something to fucking say.
I like when you get into things seriously.
So, there's a guy I heard about. I heard he's got a fucking 9.5 foot fucking piece of dill. He slays ass. He's an amazing father. He's wealthy. He's handsome. He's funny.
Good for you.
Ryan Reynolds?
No. It's a man named Brian Harvey.
Ooh,
You're
nice
not-
things
I
to
heard
say.
about this Brian Harvey
Fucking
guy.
Brian Harvey is the fucking man. I want to fucking give him a little, you know whatty, and a little funny.
Round of applause.
Oh, God.
The fucker subscribed.
You
Stop the presses.
You're gonna make everybody else who subscribes feel like a,
Everybody
piece of crap.
else, fuck you. You know what you got to do if we hit 30 subscribers this month?
No, you know why I don't know?
Why?
Because you spelled my name wrong.
I always put an E.
Legally, I'm not bound to this because you're talking about somebody else.
I thought it was, you know what? I must have been putting E all the time and it's saved in my phone. Why haven't you corrected me up to this point? I just noticed
Well, when
it
you
today.
tag me, it tags my actual thing on Facebook, which doesn't have
Oh.
the E. When you just type it out.
That's a party foul. I
Mm.
feel like an ass clown.
We had another kid who's a subscriber who for years thought my name was Corey. I mean, Corey. He thought my name was something else. I can't remember what he thought it was. Billy or Bill or like there was two Bills here.
I like novel.
And for the longest
Napoletano.
time, I didn't correct him. And then finally, I ran into him at Walmart one day after he like said my name wrong for the 100th time. And I was just like, I wasn't mean about it, but I was just like, man, I gotta tell you, like you've been saying my name wrong forever. I'm like, it's Nipiel, and he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Why didn't you correct me? I'm like, because I couldn't 100% tell what you were saying, but I just knew you weren't saying it right.
Well, shit happens like that. Like when I worked at Pugliese and I used to do a service at a spot,
Justin Gary?
a dude called me Justin for 7 years. And after like the second week of
is that
somebody...
your, like, Hebrew name?
Well, you know when somebody calls you that for the first time and you don't correct them, then the next time you really can't go back?
You can.
I feel weird.
The second time is your last chance.
That's true.
After that, then you're just like, okay, I've committed to this life now.
So another dude was like, who the fuck is Justin? It's like, yeah, it's Justin. It's like, his fucking name's Ryan.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Where'd you get Justin from Ryan?
Yeah, it was
That's
very,
close.
At least with Nabil and like Billy or Bill or whatever, like you get the Beal part. But
So, I heard you guys had a nice little outing, had a little dinner.
Yeah, it was good.
well, I don't know. I mean, the dinner was great tasting, but it made me run to the toilet.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
Oh, you had an upset stomach?
I did. It tasted great.
Do you usually make room before you eat? Like,
Yeah.
Are you kind of guy that
Yeah,
goes
yeah, no,
first on eats?
Well, oh no, I thought you meant like I purposely didn't like eat a meal beforehand. Like I had an empty stomach. So I mean, yes and no.
So where'd you go? What did you get?
This thing that the owner has been like every time this restaurant comes up, she's just like, you gotta try this. You gotta try it. It's called chicken scarpetta, some super Italian dish, and it was like grilled chicken in like a bruschetta over greens. But it was really spicy, and I like spicy. But apparently, my body decided that day that it didn't want it.
So you had to. So you guys, did you go out for anywhere after the?
We did. We went out for dessert, and right after I ordered, I ran to the bathroom because I just was. I felt physically ill. It wasn't even like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I was just like, I didn't want to be there.
Dude,
I wanted to be home.
You need an intervention, dog.
Yeah.
It's starting to get really kind of.
Actually, it was getting better.
No.
Yeah.
No. You're going downhill.
No. How about all the episodes where I tell you like Ryan, you're like getting in my head and you're making me question whatever.
Okay.
It was like this, right? It was like down, then up, and then down.
In the course of that dinner and dessert, how many times did you take a shit?
Once.
Once?
Let me ask you another
That
question.
like the whole that section?
Yeah.
Well, it's not bad.
No,
I thought I was.
it was
thinking
after
more.
dinner. I felt sick.
Did anybody else have to take a shit?
No.
How many shits did you take away from home plate this week alone? Be truthful.
It's definitely more than 5 if he's thinking this long.
No,
Dude.
I just think about it by the day.
I don't even know what I did yesterday.
I could tell you in the past
I think
10
3.
years, maybe 1.
I think 3.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That was one of them.
That's
I'm under 5 in my lifetime.
Listen, the difference between me and all of you guys is when you get scanned for your colon cancer, I'm gonna be okay, and y'all are gonna be like, "Oh man, you guys, why were you holding it?
That's
What is
pretty
wrong
fucked
with
up.
you?"
I never hold it.
Oh, that bears another good question. Like, are you a guy that's like, you feel that first pang, it's straight to the shit house, or are you like, I can rock out for maybe 10 or 15, or are you just full on fully?
Just depends on the context.
Okay.
I'm
Like
standing-
if you didn't
I'm
take a
standing
shit
at the, I'm
at
standing
Nicky
at the
Doodles.
register. I'm standing at the register and cashing somebody out, and I gotta go. And there's a line of people. I'm going through the line of people, and then I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah, but you know you're at Nicky Doodles, right?
Yeah.
You're having dessert. Probably not going to be any longer than a half hour.
That was my hope
could
at
you
that
have-
point.
Could you have rocked out another half hour
No.
to get home?
I actually was half unsure whether or not I was going number 2 or number 3 or 4. I don't know what's vomit considered.
Oh,
I said I felt sick, like ill.
That's
3
definitely
and a
number
half,
4.
2 and a half?
I'd say 3 is both at the same time, right?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
You let it happen. You let him go, and you didn't rein it in. This is on you.
No, I set it up to be quiet.
Yeah. So
well, I was at home
You
minding
reap what
my
you
own
do.
business, and I get an amazing picture of you walking out of the John at Nicky Doodles.
yeah, probably looking a lot better than I did before I walked in.
You did. You look like you had a pep in your step.
Yeah, I felt better.
Just a slight.
But then I get to the table and Al's giggling, and then
That's the best part.
and the thing that I ordered was sitting next to him, just like
Melting.
all over the
What'd
table.
you get?
A flurry.
Oh.
How is it melting?
No
Because
clue.
it was fucking hot, man.
Over the size of the cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
yeah. It was all messy and gross, and like I took one look at the thing after having come out of the bathroom, and I was truthfully I didn't want it at that point.
Yeah.
I just was like,
So how is the other guy that was out with you? How does he interact like in a setting like that? Is
Him?
it no, the other guy?
what other guy? There was only 2 guys there.
Yeah, me, you, and
The other
the
guy.
other guy.
I don't know what joke you're referring
Rhymes
to.
with Hill?
Yeah, Bill.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Jesus, man. No
I
one
felt
forgets
bad.
Hill.
I'm
Okay,
just curious
good.
how he interacts in a public setting.
He talks a lot and makes lots of references to things, which is about normal.
Yeah.
A lot more of
Remember
it's
that episode?
a lot more of
where-
it's targeted at Janine though because he doesn't see her as much.
Like Janine, remember that Family Guy where?
Yeah. Insert quote here.
He amazes me.
I've actually told him one day. I said, "Bill, you realize I've never ever seen a single episode of Family Guy?" And he's like, "Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
really good."
that's just like that episode of Family Guy where they
Yeah,
never
he's-
saw Simpsons.
He's off to the races.
I wish, like, you know, Elon Musk is making that Neuralink. I would love to spend a little bit of time inside that brain just to see, like, what it's, you know, which way we're going here. Like an extreme hatred for vacuuming, but just like the love of all references and just like that fucking instantaneous Rolodex where he can just kind of
Well,
and
yeah,
then
it's
bing,
like-
bing,
it's
bing.
like,
What was
did
the
you
cover of
watch-
this book?
Oh,
That
that's
movie
how-
K-Pax with
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey where
Yeah.
he's like Rain Man smart
Yeah.
or Rain Man I guess. Either one of those where it's just like firing on all cylinders for certain stuff. Like, you know, information yes, social interaction maybe not.
Yeah.
He actually got confronted by one of our customers Saturday because he was handing me money to order him like magazines and stuff.
Mhm.
So he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" The customer's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I flat out said to the guy, "I'm like, Bill's socially inept and he doesn't use the internet, so he pays me to order him things." And Bill corrected me and he said, "No, I use the internet. I just refuse to get a credit card." I'm like, "Oh, whatever. You don't want to get a credit card. You want me to use my credit card and whatever. I don't care. Whatever your reasoning is."
I respect it.
And the customer just like tore him kind of a new one. Like he just was like, "Wow, I didn't realize that's how you were." And he proceeded to tell him he's got issues. And,
Which customer? Does he drive a big black truck?
yeah.
Well,
That's pretty fucked up.
Why would that be? Know
It
our
wasn't
customers'
me.
vehicles?
Well, not you.
No.
We know
no,
our customers' vehicles.
I think sometimes people
It wasn't 10.0.
No, the guy who was
But
just talking shit.
you don't get any, like, dude, I called because I called him lazy, and he almost had a full blown, like, violent episode.
Yeah,
He started
great.
coming. He
Call
started
him
coming
that
at
as
me.
he was doing something too.
No, I was telling him he was lazy because he didn't want to vacuum for 7 minutes a week.
Right, but wasn't that while he was vacuuming?
No.
Did he just finish?
No.
It was the next day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like he came rushing at me. I go,
I
dude,
remember.
if you get, I'm gonna fucking kill you if you get to me, But he got so fucking mad.
For all you know, he was trying to make out with you aggressively.
As most people do.
Maybe.
So prejudge the situation before you let him get that close.
I think it'd be fun. I mean, it might be funny. I want to see Bill and Al go at it in like a cage,
a steel
fight.
cage match.
Yeah, like
I've
UFC
already imagined the poster for that in the past. Yeah.
What if Bill just starts it just turns out he's a fucking maniac and he just beats everyone's ass?
Like he's been practicing for years in secret.
Yeah, he shadow boxes when he gets on. I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Why were you late?
I work. I got mandated. I'm gonna be working till 4 every day this week because somebody's out with the vid.
Oh fuck!
You have to get 5 days off for COVID. The fifth day is gonna be a day that we don't work anyways. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I had 10 off at work because I tested positive for fucking 13 days. Have you had COVID yet? Have you, Tom?
No, maybe.
And Al, I know
maybe.
you got hemmed up with yours.
Yeah.
You got sick, right?
Yep.
If I had it, I didn't. I don't know. I didn't take the test where you can find out if you get the antibodies.
Oh, the antibodies.
But I've taken plenty of tests. And
I
come
might
out
have
with it.
had it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I got sick before it all went down.
Yeah, I vaguely recall being sick in the fall.
I was
the fall of whatever 20 or 19, whatever that was.
I was dramatically sick 2 months before everyone went into lockdown, that November time frame.
Mm.
I have asthma now because of my sickness. I couldn't breathe or nothing, so it
Really?
sounds, yeah.
No shit.
Right now I'm having a little
Down
hard
with the
time breathing. It
sickness.
happens chronically, but it's
Man,
yeah. I have
the
inhalers
gift
now,
that has been given to me.
so I probably had it, but I don't fucking know.
Huh. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I got down with the sickness stuck in my head.
Oh god, I want to beat the fucking shit out of you today.
You like Disturbed?
Did you see any dumb movies this week?
Did you watch Stranger Things? Can we talk?
You can talk.
You didn't watch it yet?
I watched Obi-Wan though, which I'm not even a Star Wars guy.
What's that?
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan?
Kenobi.
That's Star Trek?
Star Trek Wars.
Star
That,
Wars.
that was pretty fun.
I didn't watch it yet, but
I'm not even a big Star Trek.
Isn't
Wars guy.
Hayden Dickinson in it?
Yeah, and he's the bad guy, so we can watch Obi-Wan beat the tar out of him.
I'm excited to watch that show. I haven't checked it out yet.
Think about it. All those years of frustration over it, and now we get the part where Obi-Wan's gonna beat him up for
Again?
us. For us. though.
Again?
Yeah.
Listen,
More.
the
Again?
prequels were better than the originals.
I think
I agree.
I think these are gonna be better than the prequels.
What are you talking about?
Easily.
The prequels are the best 3 block of Star Trek.
Star Trek Wars?
I really do like episode 3.
Did you know who the kidnapper in episode 1/2 is?
No, but I'm gonna. I mean, it'll probably get revealed, and then I'll be like, oh, cool.
It's
Ooh, spoiler?
no, who the actual actor is?
Oh,
Tom Arnold?
No,
Kathy Ireland?
no, he's the bassist from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, Flea?
Yeah.
Flea. No.
Flea also played, what was his character's name in Back to the Future 2? Needles.
Yeah.
oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Pulled that out.
Yeah.
Got a Back to the Future marathon on TBS tomorrow.
I've only seen the first one.
You need to watch them, Tom.
What?
Do
Are
your
they
fucking
good? The
homework.
sequels?
Yeah.
One is good.
Fuck off.
1 is good. 3 is good. 2 is okay.
No. It goes
One's a
2,
masterpiece.
1, 3.
2 is better than 1?
Yeah.
No.
L?
Dude, that bitch in 3 ruins the whole fucking movie with her nightmare whining.
Oh, the girl from Gilbert Grape.
Yeah, the bitch.
I
I don't know who you're talking
I
She
think-
about.
fucking.
I think
one
she's
who
a smoke
Doc,
show.
Who
I
Doc
know,
is
but
in
I
love
can't.
with.
I don't.
Steenburgen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She fucking blows.
She was a smoke show in Gilbert Grape. though.
No.
And yeah,
She's a fucking pig.
you liked it.
No.
Who's
so can
she
we get
married
back
to
to
in
Stranger
real life?
Things?
I
Fuck.
don't know. Talk about Stranger Things.
Sam from Malone.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think
Cheers.
she's got some sort of memory thing where she can remember everything.
Oh, don't spoil the
an
whole thing
eidetic
for me.
memory.
Did
Yeah.
you see the one where she's in Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No.
Where she goes with Larry David to get that jacket?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, fuck me. I'll just shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
just tell me your story,
Stranger
Bill.
Things.
Oh,
Tell me about an episode of Family Guy, Bill.
Okay, listen. I want to talk about Stranger Things for a minute.
All right.
So 11 has hair again?
Shut the fuck up and go through puberty again.
Spoil 80% of it, but not all the good.
I'm not going to spoil anything.
No spoilers.
I was just looking back through Stranger Things. I was like in my mind, I remembered it kind of being having but that show has been pretty fucking flawless all the way through. Your thoughts?
Some
I
of it is. I
1,
agree.
2, 3 is good.
I
You
like.
didn't like 4?
No,
There's
I'm saying
4
I
now,
haven't seen
right?
4.
This is 4 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of like Easter eggs and
It hasn't
Whatever
lost
else
any,
you call
it hasn't really
Easter
lost
eggs.
any steam the way some
Yeah.
shows do.
they throw some details in there that if you're paying attention, you catch them, and then if you're one of these internet nerds that goes back and rewinds stuff and pauses it, then you're finding like the super
And then,
hidden Easter eggs and stuff.
and then one of our faces pop up and we go, and that's what we call a callback.
Well, how did season 3 end? I can't remember if I've seen.
They
3
all
or not.
die.
In the mall, so the girls,
It's the mall
the
one.
redhead
yeah.
brothers, girl,
Max.
Yeah, Max.
her brother
okay.
sacrifices himself, and then Hop, like,
dies doing
yeah,
that.
by shutting down the fucking,
The machine.
yeah.
How did 2 end? You remember?
They were at the mall.
Oh, 2 is when Will came back from the upside down.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They were at the
didn't
mall.
find him season 1 from the upside
Right.
down. 'Cause I'm trying to remember if I've seen it all, and I have, but
Yeah.
it's been such a long time I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I can't really either.
So
Season 1 was just that good.
I think
Oh, yeah, amazing.
season 1 is flawless television. Season 2, I remember not liking as much at the time. I liked it.
And season 3 was Russia, too.
I
wasn't it?
loved
Yeah.
season 3 with
Yeah.
Russia and all that.
They really ratcheted up.
And that new guy, the new conspiracy guy.
Yeah.
They really ratcheted up the spooky though
Yeah.
in the season 4.
So exciting.
Yeah, it's
I-
way more horror than it was.
I heard
Awesome.
that they got an iconic actor to play one of the horror people in this season.
Who's the iconic actor?
I didn't read. I didn't want the spoiler. It was like spoilers here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
To
excited to
play the
watch
big
it.
bad guy, I wonder? Oh, who could that be?
I haven't gotten that.
My guess would be.
Well, they show him.
I
Yeah,
guess
but
would
I
be
can't figure out.
Robert Englund, but
Oh,
Oh, fuck. That is his voice. Think about it.
Yeah.
Freddie.
That's what
sweet.
it is. That's his
And
fucking
they're-
voice.
Now the question is he
Fuck!
gonna,
No,
is
but
he gonna be
hey-
Freddie though?
But you.
And he's killing him in their dreams.
Fuck! Wow!
Yeah, you
did.
fucking
Jesus.
ruined it.
You
for us.
ruined it, Nabil, you
fuck.
fucking idiot!
I haven't even seen it. How could I ruin it?
Oh, that sounds sick.
Yeah, I'm gobsmacked.
I heard the last couple episodes are like 2 hours long. The last 2.
Are they?
Well, so isn't it that this season it's broken off
2
into
volumes.
2 volumes?
Yeah, 7 and 7.
And
But yeah, like one of the episodes is like 2
6
hours and 16 minutes.
Yep, and it's
The other
2
one's
hours
like 2
16.
hours.
Oh, no shit.
It's like
Yeah.
2 and 2:15.
It's like Game of
2:20.
Thrones. Also,
Yeah.
although what's weird is there's still another. There's the second half, and then there's still going to be a 5th season too,
There is
which is the
season
final.
5. Season 5 is the final season.
Yeah.
Oh, there is? I thought this was the...
No.
Oh, they're doing like a Game of Thrones horse
Well,
shit?
yeah, slow
See,
burn.
I'm okay with
But
shows.
if it's good, what
Do
do
we
we
have to
care?
wait 3 more fucking years for that one?
It's been pretty consistent. They're probably filming them back to back.
Dude, this show came out 6.5 years fucking ago. Fuck. You know what, dude? You're a fucking movie and TV snob. I'm gonna fucking rape you one of these days when we
Just
leave
for
here.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
not rape if it's willing.
See,
Prove a point.
I'm a fan when shows.
What's your fucking problem?
I got no problem.
No, you're shaking your head like I'm an asshole.
Meat kind of
Or he's an asshole.
You're. I don't know who's an ass. Somebody's an asshole.
He's a shithead. You're an
Well, if
asshole.
you had to take a guess. Fuck you, asshole.
He's the shit to your asshole. You know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, Stranger Things has been good.
Yeah. Watch it.
I like when shows end at a high point, like they don't drag out forever. Like Walking Dead has just been going so long.
Oh,
Like,
they're like dragging that.
How about
Yes.
Supernatural? 15 seasons.
My favorite show is Breaking Bad.
That one.
Did you read that Dean is talking about bringing it back?
Yeah. I don't know how I feel.
I feel
Is
great
he-
about it.
Bring it back how?
Dean's dead.
I don't care.
We watched Sam age up to have a kid and then die in his sleep. So
All
we're
they
gonna,
have to
we're gonna
do-
fill in the gaps, right?
All they gotta do is something happens.
Time travel.
All they gotta do is something
Or
happens.
Dean comes back, lives for a while, and then goes back to being dead.
Yeah, they come. They're
They've got a million
they're
ways
up
they
in
can
their
do
little
it.
heaven at the cabin with baby sitting there, and Dean pops in and he goes, "Dude, they need us."
All right, here
And they get in the car and they drive off into the sunset.
I hear me out.
To save us.
I would also watch it if they kept them like on whatever path they were supposed to be on, and it's Castiel
time out.
and Crowley instead.
No, I want. So I could never make it past 13 because I hated season 13 so much.
I don't even remember.
So
those later seasons, I don't.
what
even
happens
I
remember.
at
think
the
it'll
end?
make it to 13.
Do they kill God at the end of that fucker?
They beat him, but he's not
Okay.
that.
But does he become good God again?
No.
Chuck? No.
He becomes a guy who's like stuck on Earth.
Okay, so there's no God.
There is a God.
Who is it?
It is what's his name? The kid. The
Oh, really?
yeah. So
He's kind of a pussy.
he like.
He is.
So God like starts throwing all his might at him, and like something happens to him in one of the seasons where he starts to be able to absorb the power. So as God's like throwing all his might at him, eventually he runs out of juice, and it's just like, well, because you're not God anymore, and it's like I have all the power. So he's like, I'm not gonna kill you. He's like, I'm just gonna let you live until you die.
Who's the ruler of hell at the end?
Should we have a ruler? I don't even think hell was in play at that point.
Oh, okay, it just got that crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so
there was more like it got to the point where they were dealing more with the empty.
oh,
So the place where like the souls of angels and whatever go, and the empty comes back for Castiel. It's
is
like
Castiel still alive at the end of the show?
he's dead.
They kill Castiel.
The empty comes and takes him back because he made a deal.
Oh, that's right.
To save the kid, like in season like 9 or something.
Yeah.
And finally it comes back and it's like, okay, well, guess what? You're at your happiest because that's the deal it made. It's like I will come for you when you're at your happiest.
So the kid could bring back all three of them.
The kid could.
The world needs Sam and Dean.
And that
More Sam than Dean.
So they survive. Like Sam and Dean both live, and then
You're a moose guy, not squirrel.
Dean dies in kind of like a typical hunter death, and not like a big bum
he's
ass
like,
fight.
It actually was good. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh, it's just like a regular hunter.
they're on like they're fighting vampires or something.
Yeah.
And he gets like
And he gets ganked.
thrown into like a wall that's got like a spike in it, but like we don't see it. And then like
Conveniently has a spike in it.
and then they like kind of like peer to his back, and you see the blood, and then like he dies there in Sam's arms, and it's just a straight up normal death. And then
And Sam doesn't try to.
Nope, Sam lives out his life, and then we see him old in his bed, however many years later, with his son, like standing at his deathbed saying it's time.
Oh, I'd cry like a bitch if I watched that.
Yeah, it's tear jerky, and then he gets to heaven, and him and Dean meet on a bridge.
Did you jerky your tear when you watched it?
I mean, I was at full master already, so.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about crying. You
He's
fucking
rock hard all the
sexist
time to
pig.
watch his TV shows.
Well, we were talking about two different things, apparently. Yeah, no, it was sad. It was sad seeing Castiel die and not come back. I think we see Bobby too, right? Bobby's in heaven.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
he
see Bobby
explains-
all the fucking
He,
time.
he
but it
explains
was
to him
real
what's going
Bobby,
on,
and
remember?
yeah, he tells him like what the deal is in heaven now, and it's
Like your mom and dad are over the hill.
Yeah, your mom and dad's houses are over that way. Heaven's not like segregated anymore. Like it's all just one big place.
If I was Sam and I went to heaven, I'd be like, oh, my mom's in heaven? Oh, good. Fucking send her down to hell because she's a miserable fucking cunt rag. She's the
End
worst.
credits.
She's the
That was
worst.
it.
Did you watch Supernatural?
I watched like 7 seasons and I kind of had enough.
Whatever.
The creator really.
I
She
know.
fucking
The
blows.
creator really only wanted you to watch the first 5 because then he stopped being part of it. He had a five season story he wanted to tell. He got to tell it, and then they were like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! This show sells." He's like, "All right, we'll keep writing it without me," and he left. And he produced a show at NBC that lasted 1 season,
What show?
Revolution, where like the world goes dark after an EMP. The concept was great, but it got canceled after 1 season because that's what NBC does. They give you cool shows and then can them.
Changing
You
tracks
can move your
again.
foot.
I have a theory. I have a doomsday theory.
Like
About
Superman villain.
No, there's a lot of crazy. Like if you've been watching the financial markets lately, like there's been a humongous. I mean, about 18 months ago there was a huge crypto spike, and like 11 days ago there was like a $10 trillion crypto crash, where like 90% of the whales in a lot of these USD backed coins pulled out all of their crypto and made it liquid.
Yeah, and then it crashed immediately because the market was like, okay, well, if you guys don't have confidence in this, it must be worthless.
Yeah, so there's one little piece of the pie. And then I was just like reading an article on rollingstone.com which really kind of puckered my butthole. It's basically saying that a lot of these like world famous recording artists like Justin Timberlake, Led Zeppelin, Bruce Springsteen, Pink Floyd are selling. They're selling 100% of their royalty rights. They're publishing. They're selling all of it. They're liquidating everything.
Wow.
So it seems like all these gigantic millionaire, billionaire, and trillionaires are liquidating a lot of their money right now, and that's scary as fuck.
Well,
Because you need liquid cash to make things happen in times of emergency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's pretty fucked. I didn't think about that.
I mean, that's a state shit. That's like people don't sell their publishing rights because it's their children's children.
This reminds me
they're
of
set forever.
this
Like,
reminds me
Pink
of
Floyd's
Marvel in the
family,
'90s when they sold
forever.
off all their film rights. It's like, why would you do something like that you're gonna have FOMO about in the future when it comes time to start making a movie universe? Well, fuck, we were going bankrupt and we sold everything.
I mean, Justin Timberlake's not even 45
I was
years
just
old.
gonna say
Right, but
that, and
he's
he
not
has
gonna-
hits that will
if you
outlast
sell
all
the-
of us.
Yeah, but if you sell the royalties, then you don't get the money for any of those plays anymore.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
All these people are liquidating their money
Yeah,
right now.
It doesn't make sense.
No. So so then I think about like it's kind of like that movie 2012. Has everybody seen that movie here?
No.
Like
I know what it is.
I remember when we were getting all ready for it.
Well, like everybody in that movie, like all the one percenters are basically putting all their money into this ARC program.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like they get to live when all of us bottom feeders.
Get wrecked.
Yeah. So like all these markets, it's just I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking about it because I have a kid in 2 weeks coming, and it's scaring the ever living fuck out of me.
Has anyone watched Love, Death, and Robots?
Mm-mm.
So it's a bunch of one-off stories. They're all animated with different art styles and everything, like sort of 3D realistic type
Cartoon?
stuff. No, it's not cartoons, but it's like you really video game
What's it on,
graphics
Netflix or something?
Netflix.
Okay.
They're 15-minute episodes or something like that, and there's one-off. It's like an anthology.
Sounds like something that would like on Robot Chicken.
It's actually an awesome show. It's by different creators and things. Like
Yeah.
David Fincher did one about
Oh.
a giant like sea crab that was eating people and stuff. It was the size of like a building. It was cool. But there's
A
one.
giant calamari.
Yeah, it's like big calamari. Yeah, exactly.
I don't like the
No.
But
That's
they,
big crustacean. Let's get it right.
one of the episodes.
big crusty.
Big crusty.
Can the fucking kid finish
It's alright.
without Nabil fucking interrupting his ass?
There's one of the anthologies is about 3 robots that come to Earth, and Earth is just fucking it's fucked. Everything is destroyed. There's no one left alive, and that's funny. They're walking around looking at dumb shit. But the new one this season has them going around, and they're looking at like backcountry. People are dead. There's like spikes everywhere, like self-defense type of thing, where it said the government turned on everyone, got rid of all the money, so everyone has to fend for themselves. And you have a lot of the lower class people who live in woods and stuff like that. They're getting killed off by people trying to hunt, and they eradicate all deer on the planet, things like this. Like no food left. Then they go to this giant water boat, like the size of like a helicraft carrier, where all the rich people survive. Where they built robots that would get them all the things they need with their money. Like they liquidated all their assets, did this, and the robots turned on them and killed all of them. They wouldn't get fish for them. They wouldn't do anything. Killed them all. And they had a secret underground base of the billionaires, the top 1%ers. They locked themselves in a cave, and they're like, "We'll survive. We'll make things here." All dead. And it's very weird that you talked about this, where they talk about like billionaires taking all their money out, crashing the fucking world. I think conveniently an episode, and they made some Elon Musk jokes about going to Mars in it too, which was hysterical.
Elon Musk.
But it just reminded me of that when you were saying that. It was just like that episode.
Plus, we had the 2 shootings. Like
It's
Back
fucked.
to back.
all those black
So-
people get killed, then third graders get killed.
So literally a week ago, we're sitting here talking about the top shooting, like because it just happened, and now we have the Texas one. Like
It's awful.
it's nuts.
Like if you're conspiratorially minded, it could make you kind of.
It's just
Dang.
fodder for your
So
conspiracy
I kind of
theories.
think about it like the domino effect in a weird way. So it's like one of these things happens, and then other people, like we're all like condemning it, right? And then you get the people that are like fans of it, and they're like, okay, now's the time. So then like the kid who did Texas saw Tops, and was like,
So is it better to
Psychology.
just not say anything? Just give this no shine, I wonder?
Well, part of it historically has been that they, announce these killers' names,
Yeah.
and So meanwhile, the people that they shot, nobody knows who they actually are.
And the killers live on
Yeah, I
forever.
mean, the truth is, when you look back, like, you know, we remember the events, but, like, if you were to be like, oh, who was the guy at Sandy Hook, who was the guy at Parkland, nobody remembers those people. They think they'll be remembered.
Do they say the names anymore? I don't even know if they
I
said
don't
that.
know. I'm
Not
just
until-
saying, it's
yeah.
like
Usually, like, after a certain point, like, if they said the name of the top guy by now, and the Uvalde one has been said, because he's dead.
Well, it's like I don't know. I've had a really weird week. Like the the woman I had like cops and SWAT at my next door neighbor's house. My dog got attacked at daycare by another fucking little dog.
Did you guys hear the news about what happened on Varick Street last night?
No.
Oh yeah, there's lots of like people probably aren't going to be going to party on Varick anymore.
Is it a full moon or something? Like what happened?
or can you?
Oh no, I mean it was in the news already.
All right, so tell me,
It was
because
like there was like a fight riot type thing broke out on Varick Street with like weapons and stuff, and like there was not enough like officers to people fighting ratio, and I mean it was crazy, I guess.
I mean that happened like 6 or 7
yeah,
years
it
ago.
happens from time
That
to
cop got through face first through Lucan's plate glass window.
And it's just like you'd think that like it wouldn't happen again because they put something in place to stop, but they don't.
You know, the unfortunate reality, one of my friends shared this online. If it was a billionaire or politician, that was their family,
We'd hear
this would already been done by now. It would have been over with.
There's
They would have found a way to fix it. But for us normal Joes,
for what for
For shooting?
anything, we just, like these big tragedies that happen, I think that's a fair statement.
How do you stop? I mean, like how do you stop it? Do
You
you,
can't-
have?
you
Do you
can't-
harden the schools? Have cops watching the schools?
You can't legislate crazy. So once this guy decided he was going to do something crazy,
Yeah.
he was going to kill as many people as he could. If he had a gun, if he didn't have a gun, then he was going to use a knife. If he didn't
That's
have
not
it,
the guns problem.
he would use a tractor.
Well, and the thing about what he just said about legislating crazy, it's like what happens when you get somebody that's not like the atypical crazy. So he was on no red flags, he'd never done anything, no crimes, no nothing. You know what I mean? But like obviously there's something wrong upstairs to do that. But like what do you do? Like can you do anything for that? I mean, because it's essentially, well, I don't want to say this, but like it's essentially like, you know, one of us. Just being like a normal person, never had any real trouble, then on a dime.
So what do you do? Have cops at schools?
I would.
We live
Why
in
not?
a
That's-
police state.
No.
Plainclothes officers, so it doesn't
No.
look like a police
Listen,
station.
we have sky sky marshals on planes.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
And
Right?
stuff still happens. I mean,
No,
probably not a
no,
lot of
I'm
stuff.
saying we have sky marshals on planes.
Mm.
You have
Cops in schools.
the school where my kid goes. They have 2 SROs.
Yeah.
So
Either that or
I mean,
badge
like
the-
every school in
badge the
this
doors.
county has an SRO.
Yeah.
I mean, like even my work, all the doors you get in the building are badged. You know,
well, that's one of the things that. And listen, there's a million articles and a million this happened or that happened. But
Response
somebody's
time,
saying
this,
that. Somebody's saying that one of the doors that the guy went through
Was unlocked.
was unlocked. So,
Yeah.
so okay. So if you look at rules and laws that we have in place that could have stopped this thing that failed, well, if you have a locked door that's left open, that's a failure. If you have cops that don't respond when they're supposed to, that's a failure.
Yeah.
You know, you can look at all the failures, but is society really failing? And that's the question. I have an opinion about this that I don't even want to voice.
Voice it.
I would not. Yeah.
You want me to voice my opinion?
Yeah.
I think there's not enough men being raised in America. So this kid was living with his grandmother.
Grandparents. His mom and dad were out of state.
Where was his mom and dad? Were they actually mom and dad together? Or was it a mom and
We don't
step? You don't know, right?
We know that
But-
he was from Oklahoma originally.
Right. So who raised this kid? And you see this across America. There's divorced families. The fathers aren't involved. There's not enough men being raised, and because of that, they're not acting like men. And I'm gonna probably get hate mail on this. They're gonna find
People
my
say something like that. You're a conservative. Right
yeah. They're gonna say that I'm a
Blows
toxic.
my mind.
Right, I'm a toxic masculinity person or whatever, right? But the fact that I carry a pocket knife and I wear a belt is because my grandfather told me that's what men do. Okay, and he was around it. My father was around, and my stepfather was around, and they taught me how to do men things like go to work every day and suck it up and not be a wimp about things. And so I'm not coming at a point where I'm the most masculine person in the room, because when I was in high school, I was the fat kid that played football, and that playing football is the only thing that saved me, because what I dealt with in 2020's time, I would have been bullied.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if you know where I'm coming from,
Yeah.
So, but did I ever once say, "Oh, I'm going to kill myself or kill my whole school"? No, I said, "No, I'm going to go to school the next day, and I'm going to keep going to school." And I kept manning up, as they say, and I got through it. And then I taught my kid how to not get bullied, how to not be a bully. And there has to be some point at which, I'm not saying toxic masculinity is the answer, but some sort of masculinity where when your girlfriend breaks up with you, you don't say, "Oh, I'm going to commit suicide or kill a bunch of people." There has to be some manning up where you just say, "Okay, I'm going to go to the strip club, or I'm going to go play the field like a crazy person and get another girlfriend." There has to be some of this where we're just taking 2 aspirin and going to work the next day.
Can I, this is, my wife called me yesterday. This goes right along with this. So my wife gets these feminine hygiene products from a certain company through like a monthly delivery box.
Okay.
So this company sends her an email saying, "We'd like to apologize to the community for the stir we made by calling our monthly box feminine hygiene. We realized that a lot of people were offended by that, so we're just going to start calling it menstruation products." They stopped calling tampons and pads feminine hygiene because the men, or I don't know. I don't even know how to put it.
Did you ever buy tampons?
I bought them for my wife, but
No,
we're
but-
living in a fucking twilight zone.
Not for your wife. Have you ever bought tampons?
Never.
I have.
I have.
And not for my wife or daughter.
Not for my
You
wife
don't-
or daughter.
I coach wrestling.
Yep.
You know the best
Come
way
up
to
your
stop. You know the best way to stop a nosebleed?
Tampon.
Shove that tampon right up that nose
Al,
hole.
does
Same
it
thing
being
with
called
boys.
feminine hygiene products upset you, my dude?
No, but you know what? I've taught my son that if he gets a bloody nose, how to stop it.
You're completely just fucking losing the whole.
No, I'm
purpose
agreeing
of
with
what
you
it's just,
that we're.
it's so fucking
If
asinine.
it's just
Yeah.
a box of tampons, I
Yeah.
can see where
We
it comes
need-
from, but it's different products that all support.
But back to my
No men
care.
can fucking use feminine hygiene products for the way they were intended. I'm sorry, they're for females.
What was Howard Stern? Never mind.
Siobhan?
Yeah. Anyhow, we just need.
Hey, I'm Siobhan.
We just need. There are many, many, many factors to this whole mass shooting problem, but one of the things I think that would help is that if there were more men being raised in America. I'm talking good men.
I mean, it starts at home with the saying, like, every action has a consequence
Or
of
is it
sorts.
just family value? I mean, just.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every action has a consequence.
Yeah,
What
like
you
my
choose
mother
to do
taught
is-
me how to be a man.
That wasn't me.
That's fine. That's
When the man comes up to you, stand up and shake his hand, look him in the eye.
I
You know
have
what I'm
no.
saying?
You know, my mom
But-
taught me
but the
more
point is
about
taken.
hard work than
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah.
So I'm not.
Yeah.
I would never take that away.
Yeah.
But there has to be more of, maybe it's a sense of accountability
Yeah.
for oneself. I mean, I never once in my life if when a girl broke up with me thought, "Oh, I'm going to kill myself or kill a bunch of people." I just don't understand this.
Maybe kill her.
Wow, that's a whole different.
So did anybody read any comics this week?
I read
Fuck
some.
you.
Yeah.
And fuck comics, too.
Yeah.
There's no hole in them.
No, not yet.
Oh, you need a hole to have sex with something? You fucking sexist pig piece of shit?
I'm not talking about everybody, just me.
I read that Batman Fortress because
You loved it.
Dog shit.
It's not dog shit. It's just not.
It's horse shit.
I don't understand why So the first thing, no spoilers here, but literally the first thing
It's a fuck spoiler.
that they do is they say this is WBAT giving you some emergency breaking news. Like, why would it be WBAT? Why? It doesn't.
It makes no sense.
It's just cornball that they would do that.
Why is there a new Batman #1 every 2 weeks?
Because that's what DC Comics is.
Because we all secretly want to do Batman.
You know what sucks about Batman? I read this article, and Batman comics sell, obviously, but they push Batman because it gets people to buy Batman merchandise. And I was looking at something, Walmart sales, a Batman Frisbee sold more than an entire month of Batman comics period, of Frisbee. If you think about the marketing on that, like Batman or like DC heroes on toys and like apparel,
I mean,
that sells much more for
that's
comics.
gotta be, but the correlation for that's indirect because like they didn't even. We were talking about this a couple of episodes ago, I think. They didn't even put like outside ads in the books anymore. It's like all house ads or nothing.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
like, I get what you're saying. Where it's like
Which-
Batman's like in people's minds, so they're like
Right.
buying it. But like that's if I'm the marketing person for DC, that's hard as fuck to justify.
Well, I figure they put Batman
Which
books
is
on
really
Walmart.
interesting because if they're not taking any outside ads,
Mm-hmm.
then it
Why
should,
are the prices of the books going?
no, but not only that, but it should be 100% media mail.
Yeah, that was what we talked about. The problem is they're
What do you
going
mean by that?
when you ship comics, they don't let you ship. There's a special method you can ship certain things.
Oh, media mail. Yeah.
Yeah, so like books, CDs, anything that doesn't like it's a form of media that doesn't have an advertisement in it.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, comics have been blackballed because they have ads in them.
Yep.
Right? Like ads for everything under the sun that aren't comics. Now, house ads don't count. You know, if you're opening a book by J.R.R. Tolkien and in the back it says, "Here's the next book," that doesn't count. But if you open up a Batman comic and they're trying to sell you
Skittles.
Surge from back in 1990,
Nice.
it doesn't count. Like it's
not Surge,
it
it's
doesn't pump.
Serge.
Okay. But either way, so yeah, the case to make to the Postmaster General to stop blackballing comics for media mail, because either the new comics don't count because they don't have anything but house ads, and the old ones shouldn't count because those ads are so outdated you can't buy those things anyway. But that's neither here nor there. I did buy something shipping related today in my break though.
Hey, did that book come in?
No, not yet.
January? Fuck my mother.
Yeah, do
What else? Did you read anything?
DC Vampires was this week.
What came out last
I
week?
got it. I didn't read it though. Did you read it?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yes.
Okay.
I think people are very on the fence about the book. That it's a cheap vampire title or it's actually good. I think it, for what it's worth, them fighting vampires, some of our heroes and villains, it's great.
I read a
interesting.
bunch of Spider-Man trades that I'm finally starting to catch up on.
Ooh, what is an Spencer's run?
Spencer and Otley.
I've been doing a bunch
I'm
of
enjoying
research on Gore the God Butcher. Like reading a bunch of
Gore?
books that I have. Man, Gore the God Butcher is super fucked up. We were talking about it earlier.
That run with him was great.
God, like
I'm-
that
I'm
origin, the God Bomb, and all
Kind
that
of
shit.
super worried about how they're going to do him. I
In
want him to
what
be
way?
good.
I think Christian Bale could
the,
make that work.
Because the origin is fucked up in that way. And
How's the origin fucked up in that way?
Well, Gore the God, he kills his own wife, chops his own wife's head off.
yeah,
Like he's like very like.
it's very like sadistic.
Yeah,
And he's just like super merciless. And I don't know.
like he tortures Thor.
I really kind of
for-
hope the thing that you were talking about with Thor, where it ends up going like not as lighthearted as they're making us seem it is, it be that way. Because if not, Gore's gonna be like trying to do Negan on
Like Malekith, kind of.
TV 14 Walking Dead, which they got lucky. They picked a really good actor, but I thought for sure that they wouldn't be able to pull it off without him being able to drop the F-bomb. And they did it. They made it happen.
I still don't think that Negan really worked all the way.
I love him. He can pretty much do no wrong in my book.
I like him too, but like
Ooh.
I don't
Papa
know.
Winchester.
But
Um,
Gore's like that movie's gonna be fucking dark. Or
Well, I
maybe
think
if
he
it's
is
not
the
going to
same-
be, it should
I think
be.
he has almost the same origin as Thanos.
Thanos didn't kill his own family though.
Yeah, Thanos killed his own mother.
Oh.
And his father actually too. Is now that I'm thinking about it
He's
on
not-
Titan.
He's been obsessed with death since he was in a crib.
Yeah, and then he met Lady Death, and that's why I thought it was weird that they kind of cut Lady Death out of
Yeah.
all of Endgame and Infinity War, because that was his main reason for doing all of it
Yeah,
to get her fucking hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, here's the thing though. They can always go back and retcon that in the future because the thing about that is like, it's psychosomatic. I mean, I don't think in the comics when you're like ever seeing him talk to Lady Death, it's supposed to be that other people can see her. You know what I mean? Like that shit's all in his head. Like there's only like a handful of other characters that have ever talked to her, like Deadpool, Wolverine.
Yeah, but in the comic book, like
That was
Thanos
just-
didn't give a fuck that there wasn't enough food to go around. He
Right.
just wanted to get Lady Death's fucking panties wet.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it made it so kind of fucking worthless. Yeah.
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 Like he's doing it all for a woman's attention. She
Well,
didn't give
and-
a
and-
fuck about it.
And a
Yeah.
quote unquote worthy cause to him.
Well, in the movies.
Yeah, in the movies, but in the comics,
No, he just wanted
did
to
not
get his dick
fucking
wet.
care
Yeah.
if it was worthy or not. You know,
Yeah.
that's why he was just kind of like a
Yeah. So
an
you
aimless murderer. Just didn't
So
give
you
a
sort
fuck.
of have
Just
the
like,
same-
hey, look at me, bro. I'm
you
just
sort of have the same thing going on with Gore. He's going around taking his vengeance. It's just for a different.
Well, there was a certain part in like where Gore lures Thor into this area, captures him, and like sadistically tortures him for like 90 straight days, just for like shits and grins.
Because you're a god and I don't like you and you're trying to, fuck up my plan.
Yeah, like actually in the comic books in God and Thunder, that's how he ends up. Remember in Ragnarok where he's in Surtur's cage in the beginning?
Mm.
Gore the God Butcher puts him in that cage
Mhm.
in the comic books.
I wonder if they're going to
So
call
it's
back to that
kinda neat.
movie too.
Maybe.
Weirdly, my favorite part of that run, like even though I liked all the stuff with Gore, was the thing with Nick Fury, the Unseen, where he like whispers in his ear and then he drops the
Gore
hammer.
was right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was
Yeah,
great.
because that leads into all the Jane Foster shit, right? If
Um,
I'm not correct.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
Shinra.
yeah. But we don't
he goes-
find out about
he
it
goes unworthy.
until way later. Like there's a mini, like the Thor the Unworthy,
Yeah.
where it's like we finally like get the cutaway of like him like showing the bubble what he said.
Well, let me ask you a question because I was kind of curious because they show Jane having
The
in
trailer.
the trailer, she's got Mjolnir.
Yeah.
What happened to Mjolnir? And did Cap leave with Mjolnir?
No, Hela had
Hela broke it.
broke
remember?
it.
Yeah,
Hela broke it at the end of, so he hasn't had
no,
it.
in Endgame though they were fighting it
Yeah.
after
Because so
it came back.
when they went back in time, when he was
That's right. He
when
got
he
the
was
other
seeing-
one.
Yeah, she's like sometimes it takes a minute and you got it.
Yeah, because Jane Foster's Mjolnir looked like it was.
Broken in
Correct.
pieces,
Yeah.
reassembled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
That's
something.
like God of Hammers. Hammer.
And they just did that with the new Thor run. They have the hammer looks just like that all
Yeah.
rebuilt, which is convenient timing.
and what's his name's gonna Beta Ray Bill's gonna be in this one.
I love Beta Ray Bill.
We'll see.
Old horse face.
He has to be in
Why?
this movie.
What about this makes
I
you
want to
say
see
that?
Throg.
Because if Thor, if
Speaking of Throg, I ordered that thing.
you ordered it,
Yeah.
What'd you
What
order?
thing?
It'll be after. So you're paying for it. Well, all three.
where'd you order it on?
FOC
What is it?
What
On
did we
FOC?
fucking order? Or you order?
statue for the podcast.
Ooh, a Throg statue? What?
San Diego Comic Con exclusive.
Is it him in the jar?
Are you guys putting this up for sale?
Oh, I
it's for
seen
us
it.
for the podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna sit right there.
It's not very expensive.
No, it was cheap, wasn't it? Under
It's
100.
only like a 6-inch.
I
What does
love
it say?
Throg.
Yeah.
That was like an issue. That was in episode 1. We talked all about Throg.
Yeah.
Remember?
That
Throg is
is what we
great.
call a callback.
Yeah.
Funny little animals.
Yeah.
Richie Rich.
Anyone
Richie
here?
Throg.
Anyone here read the new Spider-Man, #2?
I haven't.
No.
No. It's.
I want that Green Goblin cover though. That variant.
I have all three of them.
You fuck! Where'd you get them here?
No, I got him on his website. It's my favorite artist, Pat Gleason.
I ordered the
I
6-pack.
have all of his webhead covers
Poison
except for
Ivy
one I'm
covers.
missing. Did you?
Yeah,
Or a
for-
couple.
no, there's a same deal. The
Mhm.
artist for that is doing a 6-pack, and I ordered
Oh,
it.
nice. Pat
What else
Gleason's
came
my
out this
favorite.
week?
Fucking love Poison
DC had a bunch. Marvel.
Ivy. Dude,
I don't know.
I'm trying to.
Spider-Man
think
Hulk
what
was out. Hulk was crazy.
anybody read The Devil's Reign Omega?
Yes,
did
I did.
Did that have any like impact on anything?
They basically said where Fisk went.
On an island somewhere.
He went to Doom's Island.
Ooh, Latveria,
Yep. And then Matt Murdock was dead,
quote unquote.
quote unquote. His brother Mike got killed. And then basically Daredevil and Elektra
I didn't
are.
read any Devil's Reign anyway, so I don't know.
It was good.
I haven't all.
Daredevil and Elektra are going to fight the Hand, and they're creating the Red Fist. Is calling it, and it's two Daredevils fucking shit up. And conveniently, Punisher is the head of the Hand right now.
Mm.
He's the Red Slayer, they call him, which is that story. Punisher came out, that was great too.
Because the Hand has a lot to do with Shang-Chi and all that shit too, right?
Nah, they're just like the main.
The Hand was a
They're
lot
the
of
ninjas of the
They're the
Marvel.
ninjas
Oh,
of the
okay.
universe. They do a
the
lot
Ra's
of
al
like,
Ghul of Marvel.
bringing people back from the dead.
Speaking of Punisher, is fucking out. It's amazing.
Yeah?
It is incredible. Al can't stand it. It is my favorite book every week it comes out. It is so
Really?
good. Yes.
I have them. I just haven't read any of
It
them.
is. They finally explain why
I
they're bringing
think-
back his family.
I think it's interesting when you get to a point when you're collecting comics that you buy a lot of comics and you don't read some of them. You just put them in the bag and the board and you just put them
No,
away.
that's how you know you're a true collector. That's what I
Yeah.
tell our customers all the time when they tell me, "Oh yeah, I've been behind." I'm like, "Oh,
So I
well,
took
you're doing
home-
it right."
Yeah, if you
I-
bring home 30, how many are you reading in a week?
Probably 2.
Me too.
You know, and I'm so screwed up because like I read next week's books last week. You know, so I'm like a week ahead behind. It's crazy.
I mean, I have ones I have to read every time, like that Alice book, Once in Future,
Yeah, I read
Magic Order.
the Hulk. I'm still the Hulk and
Hulk is
Thor is
great.
one of the best books going out right now.
Completely agree.
You gonna get that Clementine OGN?
Yeah. When's that
You
come?
are.
Afterwards.
You have to order some more.
I'll just take somebody else.
Clementine was the best part of that game. That was.
Yeah.
I think she's my favorite Walking Dead character, even over the original
She's the
fucking
favorite
characters.
Walking Dead character that hasn't existed in the comics until now.
No.
Has she came in on the show at all?
No.
I don't know who they would cast for that anyway. And at what point? You know,
Rosario Dawson.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Latoya Jackson.
Keep
I was
trying.
actually talking to somebody the other night that it's a shame that like my kids
Mhm.
and like the current generations have like no fucking clue about the power of like Michael Jackson.
Or a Grayskull.
Like he would come out with he would come out with a single and like the video would just like people would be like the video's coming on at 8:00 on Friday and they
Remember the Super Bowl commercial
Yeah.
video
yeah
for
Remember
black and white?
Remember
Yeah.
the Pepsi commercial?
yeah and so if you think about it right now in his life if he was still alive him and Janet would be like touring together as some double-fisted monster and that
And now neither of them are.
Yeah.
Even though only he's dead.
yeah
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Yeah, I don't know. He kind of fucked everything up. Like now you can't listen to an R. Kelly song. You can't really watch it. You know, but fucking Michael Jackson, like he's got to be the best performer in
that
history.
the freaking Are You Okay Annie Smooth Criminal shit where I don't care if he stole that from somebody or what, but first off we got a moonwalk and you're like holy shit he's going backwards, right? And then in this thing he goes forward and he goes way forward. You're like what the fuck?
I was such a Michael Jackson stan. I had his black high top sneakers, and they were like Payless.
I still
Michael
got, I
Jackson.
still got the Thriller LP on eBay. Still isn't sold.
How much is it going for?
70.
I'll give you 25 Canadian dollars for it right now.
So
Hey, and fucko, I gotta
35
thank
US
you.
dollars.
I've been getting all my gas over in Westmoreland.
Yeah.
It's 47 cents cheaper to get gas. I don't know what the
It's
fuck.
$4.55 right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did the same thing before. When we first hit like $4.20 or $4.30, they were like $3.92,
420, brah.
Yeah, bruh.
and then they caught up, and then like everybody shot ahead again, and now they're still low. So
I don't get how they get to fucking. How do they sell their gas for so much cheaper? Is it just volume? More people go so they can.
no, I mean it's a racket. You know what I mean? All these people are telling us that like it's our government doing it, and they're just jacking it up themselves. You know what I mean? So they're just choosing not to take as huge a profit. I am in love with those fucking memes that come up right where they're just like, hey, I'm in the UK or I'm in France and my gas is $7.76 a gallon. Gee, it must be Biden's fault. And I'm sitting there like, and I read these things right, and just to point this out, I'm not a fan of Biden, but like at least blame the guy for the shit he's done, like raising the prices of gas in France. Not really, he didn't do that, but it's an oil consortium that runs that.
Are things worse than they ever have been, or is it just?
I mean, gas
Mike,
prices is
I-
pretty
The
bad.
world's fucked.
No. Here's the fucking problem.
I want you to make me feel better about bringing a kid into this
First
world.
off, I've told you this. You gotta
I know,
stick your arms out. This is what you can control anyway.
Okay.
Okay, that's number one.
You gotta eat funnel cake regularly.
But the
I
other
tried
thing
to, you
is
fucked me on it.
We're coming into food truck season. They're
the
gonna be around
news-
every week.
the news cycle is
That's
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're just filling time. They're filling time, and they're gonna tell you. They don't tell you the good news. Remember back in the day, you'd have the nightly news. It was a half an hour, and they'd come on and they'd tell you, a bank got robbed, this happened, that happened.
Yeah.
And at the end of the half hour, they'd show you the fucking squirrel on the water skis at the end. And look, a squirrel on water skis, right?
Or the dog surf.
Yeah, right. Because that's the good news. Oh, in this happy moment, an orangutan at the zoo pet a kitten. Who gives a fuck, right? But it's the happy news. They don't report that shit on CNN, headline news, Fox News, whatever.
Why, Al? Tell me why, Al.
Because that doesn't pay. What's the Glenn Fry song about the news? The good news doesn't sell, man. They want to tell you about the planes crashing, 17 people died, but they got to tell it to you every half hour on the half hour so that they're filling time.
You know what though, and I mean like to piggyback on this kind of, what I haven't heard much about in the last
Monkeypox?
2-3 weeks. No,
That's crazy.
That's
too.
that. I'm hearing more about that than I was
What's
before.
monkeypox?
Pox.
Monkeypox.
Like chicken pox, but monkeys.
Oh, fuck.
Ukraine. I haven't
New
really
Jersey.
heard much about Ukraine since Buffalo.
Huh?
Yeah.
You mean
You got a theory?
Well, monkeypox is
fresh and new news like he's talking about to fill the time.
Yeah.
If we've heard about all these people that are already dying in Ukraine, I mean, and I'm not saying this to discount it, but the media kind of does.
Yeah,
Just
like,
like,
how is
you've already
this,
heard
how
this,
is this
but-
still going on?
What, Ukraine?
What?
They
Ukraine?
still haven't taken over the whole country yet? Like, how?
No, they're fighting back, man. They're not letting them win.
Yeah, they have
Oh,
freedom.
shit.
They have freedom. They don't want to be ruled over.
Freedom is a fucking lie perpetrated by the government.
I like it.
All right. Well, what else are we going to talk
Lie
about?
to me, baby.
I don't know.
I think I gotta run anyways.
You're a fucking
I
piece
know
of
I
shit.
get the heart out, man. I know.
Yeah, hard on.
Nope.
Now I got a heart on and heart out.
No movies this week because there hasn't been anything worth seeing. I mean, I think we talked about this last week. I'm not watching Downton Abbey. I'm not watching Bob's Burgers. I might be a piece of shit millennial, whatever, for not watching
Shitbird?
Shipwreck for watching Maverick. Because I never saw the original. Because I wasn't raised by a man.
What the fuck?
I
Dude,
don't.
but
I know a
watching
man in my
that-
life to teach me to watch that movie.
Yeah,
I've
but
even seen.
fuck you, Tom.
You have a man
What?
in your
Well, I
life.
said I've seen it.
Oh.
I said
No, you're
I've
leaving.
even
You're a
seen it.
piece of shit.
I know.
Hi, Tom.
I got dinner. I'm gonna be eating. So.
Mhm.
All right. Pulled pork.
Gentlemen.
Yep.
You want
You haven't pulled pork?
Coleslaw. Yep. Slaw on the pulled pork sandwich.
You're a fucking piece of
Oh, I
shit.
don't taste the shit.
If it's mac and cheese, it's fine. Not
But
slaw.
that 4DX trailer of
See,
Maverick was awesome.
See you, Tom. Thank
I
you.
am gonna go see something there this week, but not in 40X.
What?
Anime Jujutsu and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a one night only thing on Thursday.
magic shit?
No, standard. We
Oh.
whatever you want to call it. Ramen one half annual.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see. I think I'm gonna go see Jurassic Park.
I'll go see it.
Actually, I'm not gonna see it.
See- Well, yeah, you'll be having a kid. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to plan on going to
A con.
Judica?
no, Albany Con, and trying to get to Judica on the same day.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, you can't take Ryan to Albany.
Yeah.
You can't be within like or
Yeah.
past a certain radius
Yeah.
when you're this close.
Yeah, you screwed us. So now we can't even go to the fucking Comic Con.
Like, dude, I'm putting in the baby car seat tomorrow. Like, that's how close I'm getting.
Okay, so I got.
Wait, you're putting the baby car seat in?
Yeah.
So I got a question about
Why
you
is
for
it
this.
not
The
good?
kid can drive?
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that how they do it?
yeah.
So every once in a while, I get these calls at 911 about people calling because they want somebody to put their car seat in. Is there something about these car seats that are like secured that like
It looks
people can't-
incredibly hard.
Well, first off, you get the tiny little direction booklet,
Yeah,
right?
but-
It's in 3 languages.
Yeah, but they say it so matter of factly to me, like as if law enforcement are supposed to be the ones installing car seats. Like when was that ever a thing?
I think if you bring
Somebody-
it down to your
yeah.
local firehouse,
They'll-
they do it for
yeah.
you.
In our county, only certain ones are equipped.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but again, like
But-
when somebody says that to me, I'm like, what do you mean equipped? What do they have that other places don't have? They have a
Mhm.
guy that knows how to put in a car seat.
Yeah, one of the problems is that like there's so many different models of cars that they can't always show you all the
And
applications.
everything is supposed to be incredibly tight.
Yeah,
So like they make it so like if it's supposed to be, you know, you got to really wrench on it, like just
Yeah.
because they want everything. I don't know.
Me neither.
ask your mom how she put your car seat in.
I didn't have a fucking car
Me
seat.
either.
I would just run around the car doing laps in the
Yeah.
fucking.
I loved it.
Yeah, I mean you were born in 2022, so you don't even know what the fuck that was like.
Millennial shit.
How? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, also, I was born in New York City where people don't own cars. I mean, unless you some rich fuck. Like, why would you have a car?
Why would you?
You would.
Fuck you, Nabil.
What were you saying?
I don't know. I'm just. I don't know.
You trying to get food after this?
No, fuck you. I can't just picture having a kid.
Yes, it's crazy.
Picture it with a picture. Something.
So that's it, I guess.
All right,
So we got a new Marvel show starting next week. Am I gonna be the only one
What
watching
show?
Ms. Marvel.
Ooh, I'll watch that. I like Kamala Khan.
Yes,
I'm a
I'll
big
watch
Kamala
it.
Khan
it? I'm
fan.
happy to hear you say that.
I hated
And I'm
Winter
also,
Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
I didn't hate it. It just was my least favorite. I liked that the Super Soldier Serum's still around. I like that some of these characters got advanced a little. But I mean, like of all the shows, you know, I don't look back on it and go, oh man, I'm gonna have to rewatch that before something else in the near future. Probably
Yeah.
not. If it's anything like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was, when they bring like Cap to the whatever Cap 4, Falcon of whatever, they'll probably just give you a recap anyway
You think they'll ever have a standalone Cap movie again?
with Steve Rogers.
No, with.
Yeah, they didn't you. I mean, so did you watch that last episode of Falcon Winter Soldier?
No.
So at the end, there's a little stinger instead of like a post-credit scene, and it said, "Sam Wilson will return in Captain America 4."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Has there been any news on that?
No, and then like the next day after, Marvel dropped a thing on Twitter where they like confirmed it,
Oh, okay.
just
Well,
to be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
well,
America's ass will return.
well, it's a different ass this time.
They're not gonna have the same ass.
Well, it's Sam Wilson and not Steve Rogers. Nobody ever talked about his ass.
So Sam Wilson's gonna be Captain America in that too.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah. So
garbage.
here's what I will say,
Steaming.
and I really like the window's gonna get closer and closer to closing. You know how we had Black Widow and it was sort of like a mid-quel, prequel, whatever,
yeah.
and it wasn't that great. You know how they could,
Taskmaster was awful.
yeah. You know how they could fix that, or at least fix that model of movie. Do Captain America and the Infinity Quest that takes place between that moment and Endgame, where it's just him going and like all the shit that he's got to go through to get everything right. That would make a
Ooh.
great fucking movie. But the longer they wait, the less likely they're gonna get him because he'll get too old. He'll get to be the age of how he was in Endgame.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because he's got to put everything back just right.
yeah.
But
So,
does that mean there's not a big bad, really?
then maybe he's
Time.
fighting. Yeah. What if he's
The
fighting?
plot.
What if he's fighting Kang? What if Kang fucking shows up and he's gotta fight Kang? Like, there's lots of ways that you could do this, just to make it happen. Or what the hell's that one guy that he's like some big cosmic entity that Tony fought again recently? Something like Korvac.
Corvette.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make him like a time entity.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's ways. I just like picture that movie like I just the poster's just him with like holding the hammer and like the gauntlet and just like you see a bunch of shit looming in the background.
It's weird because I thought this with the Spider-Man movie.
Uh-huh.
I thought this with Doctor Strange, and now I think it with Thor. I think this Thor might be the big kind of next tipping point that leads to the future of, because the other two weren't. I mean, Doctor Strange kind of had a little bit of setup for the future, but I think this Thor thing is gonna be like the last kind of.
Here's the thing. I think they were both set up. The thing about it is they're just not immediate payoff. You're gonna get some Spider-Man shit in the future. I mean, they were gonna give it to you right in the next movie. I mean, we hoped they were, but
Yeah, but Thor pretty much is. Do you think he's gonna die at the end of this movie?
I think he'll retire. I mean,
In
the
what,
movie,
like as a Odinson in the new?
yeah, he's gonna like pass his powers to Jane or some baloney where like he's
She's
alive.
not gonna be the new Thor.
I already told you my theory. I don't think either of them are gonna be, but like they'll at least make us think it.
Who do you think will be then? Beta Ray Bill?
Nobody.
Could they have Beta Ray Bill be Thor in the movies?
The Rock.
Yeah, right. Better Ray Bill would be cool.
Horse
Old horse face.
Yeah, I wonder if it would look weird though.
I mean, it'd be CGI for sure.
Oh, they. I thought they
You
could
see,
get a horse to do it.
You gotta understand, if they get, so you got Groot would be CGI, Rocket Raccoon is CGI, Better Ray Bill would be CGI. They gotta
The
get,
enemies,
huh?
the bad guys.
You gotta get two more crew on Guardians of the Galaxy, and you could have the whole fucking thing be CGI. They don't gotta pay no actors. Just some guy comes in and says the line. Just say the lines. Oh, Groot, whatever. Who fucking cares,
Yeah,
right?
that's
They don't
true.
need an actual actor. Then they're just making movies.
I wouldn't mind if Starhawk came back. Whatever his name is, Stallone's character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'd be cool to have.
Vance Astra?
Yeah, is that what it is?
I don't know.
Yeah, but he wasn't CGI.
No, I just was
No.
saying that, because we were thinking. I was talking about, or you guys were talking about Guardians. Made me think about it.
I was thinking it would be cool if Yondu was still around. Yondu was still around.
Oh, Mary Poppins, y'all.
I love that shit.
Yeah, he's another one where we wouldn't get him unless they did a like a
Travel
Ravagers prequel, where
And
like,
they
you
re-
see him and Stallone like how he gets to be a Ravager and all
Oh,
that shit.
that's true.
I'd
But
watch
then,
that.
but then he wouldn't be like the nice Yondu that he is now.
Yeah.
He'd be like the dickhead
Yep.
back in the day.
Well, he'd probably be nice and then get hardened into the dickhead.
You get hardened into the dickhead.
Look at that.
Yeah, we're closed, guys.
You're closed?
Yep.
Yeah, we're not open on Sundays.
Thanks.
That was awkward, and that's what happens when the door's not locked.
Yep. 3 guys in an empty comic shop with customers. I should have sold them a bunch of crap though.
Yeah, I told you that the cars are misleading.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, any celebrities to talk about? Did we talk about any celebrities?
No. Amber Heard.
How's
Johnny Depp.
how's that trial going anyway?
It's so dumb.
Did you see that the lady, Amber Heard's lawyer, comes on and goes, "I'm doing the best I can." She literally said that during the court proceedings.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp is just like,
Johnny Depp's over there just laughing.
he doesn't. Have you noticed it? Well, they said it too. He doesn't look at Amber Heard. Never.
Because he's afraid of her?
I'm just saying, like, that takes a lot to not look at somebody like that.
Yeah.
Takes, like, I would just kind of be like, oh, I just
He's
want to look
afraid
a
of her
little
for-
bit.
He's afraid of her projectile poop.
She's a crazy son of a bitch.
Crazy hot, the Mendoza.
She's the one that would do things with a gun.
Do you
Yeah.
think she's completely and utterly done after this,
I hope so.
career-wise?
Yeah.
Like some
I
of the
do
stuff, like she smashed off the end of his finger with a wine bottle.
But dude, she's just.
Has there been anybody else like in the past like this that like did this like stuff this bad and then like survived it?
No.
God, I can't.
Well, yeah, there was this guy.
OJ.
Yeah. No, there was this guy that he was hopped up on drugs and did a bunch of bad stuff on drugs, and then he became the biggest actor in the world.
Oh, Robert Downey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I think the big problem with her, that why everybody hates her, is because she pledged $7 million.
And didn't send it in? Oh, I
Oh, no, but she pledged
though.
it, Al.
I pledged it.
Oh no,
I
but did you
pledged it.
literally do it? I pledged it.
I pledged
Did you
it.
donate it? It's
No.
pledged.
Yeah.
She goes, no, bitch. Is it
She-
still in your account?
She said I use pledge and donate
Interchangeably.
synonymously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the English fucking language, you dumb bitch.
That's the Herd dictionary.
Oh God, she is. Boy, I've never hit a woman my whole life, but if you spent 5 minutes alone with her in a room,
My
I don't
problem
know.
is what about Captain Jack Sparrow? I'm not even talking Johnny Depp. I like those movies.
Oh yeah, me too.
Well, he said he would never do it ever again.
Why?
Because Disney fucked him.
Yeah.
Well, everybody did.
Everybody did. Well, hey, Johnny Depp, if you're listening, let's make a movie. We got
We'll
some.
make it?
Yeah, we got some good ideas. We got obviously the highest tech recording, and
Big Calamari.
Big Calamari will fund it, and we'll do
No,
some
it's
shit.
called Jack Sparrow and the Big Calamari.
Yeah.
That's who he fights at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And then Nabil is like a giant kaiju monster, and he
Yeah.
shits in his hand and throws it. And goes,
Perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
fuck.
That's the end right there.
That's amazing. Thoughts?
Should have included Golden Shower.
Oh Jesus!
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, fuck you.
Um,
Peace and love.
Cubs
Peace
win?
and love.
Cubs, you Cubs win now?
No,
Is
you.
that your deal?
No, you.
Oh, well, peace and love. Cubs win.
Juju Judge Ann. Let me wham wham Lazzle.